My wife is my first and only love. We've been together 25 years and married for 19. We have two incredible children, 11 and 13 years old. I'm a highly educated, financially successful 44-year-old male. I'm fit, social, secure, and able to retire. Unfortunately, my career success came with working 80-plus hour weeks and extensive travel away from home over the past 20 years. This clearly contributed to reasons for the affair. Since discovery date 10 weeks ago, I've been devastated personally and depressed for the first time in my life. I still cry every day and can't focus on work. I've been neglecting my companies. In the past, I never discussed my feelings with anyone. However, I joined a men's support group, which has been excellent. I've been reading about this topic extensively and have a few close friends that I can lean on. I'm hitting the gym. We also began marriage counseling. My wayward wife has fearful, avoidant attachment, and to my dismay admires the level of independent traits of a dismissive avoidant. Her love language is quality time, acts of service, and words of affirmation. I failed to provide her with those three things, but the affair partner did. The affair partner is a Spanish-speaking employee of ours. He worked closely with the wayward wife for a year before it became a full emotional affair. Early in the emotional affair, I discovered that the wayward wife had a deep friendship with the affair partner, a recently married employee that gave her adventure, etc. The affair partner and I are opposites, and I forced her to draw a new line that was strictly professional. I was naive. After her attempt to reset and break up with the affair partner, I recently learned the emotional affair restarted about a month later and did progress into a physical affair over the next 5 months. She had a sty scare that led to them fighting and breaking up. She slowly withdrew from him, trying to end the emotional affair relationship while keeping it is only professional. After about 18 total months, the emotional affair was fully over in late 2021. I don't believe that she ever wanted to leave me. She just wanted the extra excitement, and it became an unwanted attraction for her. I began discovering the details in June 2022. Since then, I terminated the affair partner's employment and believe the wayward wife now has zero contact. I want to reconcile with my wife and already have at a superficial level so that our household is calm and increasingly affectionate. We are more lovingly intimate recently than we have been in many years. However, it seems fake because of her continual denial and lying about the events. I have always relied on trust as the foundation for a healthy relationship. In business and other areas of my life, I have zero tolerance for people that I can't trust. I understand that people make mistakes. I could have been a better husband and recently wrote her a long apology letter to have a clean slate. Of course, she has not apologized to me because she claims innocence and remains with the position that I need to work on myself. I have the ability to forgive what happened in the past. However, I struggle with the ongoing secret and lying. I'm convinced that she knows she made a mistake and wants to be with me. However, she has too much shame and desire to protect herself to admit what happened. She likely justifies it to herself because she ended the affair and has done a bunch of deep self-therapy where she feels that she is mentally healthy now. To me, it seems she will be lying about this to me for the rest of our lives. After continually stonewalling the conversation about the affair and evidence that I've uncovered, she adamantly told me at 7 weeks past Discovery Day that she would never talk about the past again. For the first time in my life, I literally screamed through the phone. It was devastating to hear because learning about what happened was key for my recovery. I'm having difficulty giving up the investigation and continuing to learn about the affair, which has helped me understand it better, mostly to protect myself in the future. Since then, I stopped asking her questions, which makes me bitter, but I am building a superficially happy relationship with her again. Due to this building resentment, I'm beginning to have strong desires to revenge cheat. For now, I'm channeling this energy back to my relationship with my wayward wife and setting updates in weekend getaways. Logically, I know it's important for me to remain faithful, and I'm sure that I will. Is there any hope that we'll be happy for the long term without my wayward wife confessing and showing remorse? Any encouragement or advice is welcome. Update. Final confession at 14 weeks revealed more lies at today's discovery session, week 16. Getting to a confession took threats of divorce, intensive marriage counseling, and an emotional outburst where I called the affair partner's wife in front of her. The result? My soon-to-be ex-wife admitted to having sex 2 to 3 times per week with our employee, our full-time handyman, for 15 months, from February 2021 to May 2022. Supposedly, this was almost all in the back seat of her SUV. She didn't end it with him until after my initial discovery day of finding our notebook, which was only one day before I took her and our family on a $25,000 trip to Paris. She broke up with the affair partner after Paris because I discovered her notebook. She said that it was winding down anyway and was happy that it was over. She had tried to end it since it began, but didn't have the courage. It wasn't happy or healthy for her, but she was strangely stuck in needing his emotional approval. It was obvious from the notebook that her affair was tumultuous for 2 years. Initially, she had a 2-year emotional affair beginning February 2019 before the 15-month sexual affair began. I don't understand her relationship with the affair partner at all. She claimed limerence and was clear that she had contemplated breaking up with him for most of the 15 months. It was a constant drama. However, I was totally oblivious. She was having sex with me as well. We led a normal, married life of sex 1 to 3 times per week, dates and vacations, etc. She had lived 2 lives. I think about it like she chose a second husband, but just never told me. She claimed no other affairs. She wanted to reconcile, of course. Upon confession, I immediately called and met with the affair partner's wife, based on the advice received here on Reddit. The affair partner's wife was devastated, but so happy to know. She is planning to divorce and fight his immigration process. I am supporting her financially, including for her to have counseling. The soon-to-be ex-wife is an excellent liar who has passed a polygraph. I had warned anyone that is thinking about using a polygraph as a truth tool that it can easily backfire if she is a good liar. She had used that against me during the 14 weeks of her denial. Now that I know, and the lack of true remorse during the 16 weeks, I am ready to divorce. She is extremely sorry now and wants us to stay together. We are signed up for an affair recovery course. I will use this to try to heal and forgive as we have 2 incredible children to raise together. She really isn't capable of loving the way that I loved her. Had some childhood trauma and maybe some type of disorder. Tonight, I got a beach condo to separate for the first time in our 20-plus years. During the daytime, we are raising our kids and acting normal. It will take time to separate our lives and get a divorce because we are financially complicated. I really don't know how to be alone yet. I am truly broken without having my best friend any longer. Upon learning the truth today through a 3-hour marriage counseling session, it is really strange how good I feel considering this mess. I am looking forward to the next chapter of my life. I couldn't have this positive feeling if I was considering to reconcile. Our kids started counseling as well. The affair partner spent significant time at our house and knew our children well, gave them many gifts, etc. We are all no contact, and I am trying to remove triggers from this presence in our lives. Thank you to this community for your support. I appreciate any advice or encouragement. Wow, Op. As catastrophic as that is, I am glad you finally found out the truth. Sleeping with someone 2 to 3 times a week for 15 months isn't the action of someone trying to end the affair or of someone with any empathy or morality for that matter. She can sugarcoat it and say it was tumultuous and she just couldn't find a way out all she wants. Ultimately, she chose to climb into the back of her SUV with him for 15 months and then allowing you to have him at your house and around your children while hiding this secret from you is just a whole other level of despicable. She was truly living a totally separate life with her affair partner. She has to have severe mental issues to be able to do that and to be able to defeat the polygraph. You deserve better, and someone with your stats will find better. You are obviously doing very well for yourself. She, on the other hand, will have a difficult time finding someone to match your caliber. I wish you the best of luck, Op. Now let's see what the comments had to say about the situation. B197 said, "First time reading your post, and I hurt for what you are going through. If your wife easily passed a polygraph, then she is at best a pathological liar and at worst a psychopath. From what I read from your posting, she is only wanting reconciliation so she can maintain her lifestyle. Once the storm blows over, she will begin to seek out another affair partner or try to get you to open your marriage. She said honesty is key for you, but she is not showing an ounce of honesty unless she is forced. This will never change for her regardless of how much counseling, individual counseling, and marriage counseling that you go through. At this moment, you need to insist she sign a post-nuptial agreement and agree on any financial issues now before there can be any reconciliation discussion. To ease her fear, you could agree to not start divorce proceedings for a period of time after the execution of the post-nuptial agreement, but you need to protect what you have worked hard for over the years. Sorry, but if she continued to lie and withhold the truth from you, did not want to talk about the past BS for over a year only for her mental state, then in my opinion she cares nothing for your mental state and does not deserve the effort you are putting in. You may have been a sorry husband and father, but she could have divorced you instead of cheating on you. She cheated on you because you are her golden goose and she did not want to give up her lifestyle. Move on from her. I agree with you 100%. Op's wife does seem to be at the very least a pathological liar. To be able to lie so easily like this. Now let's get into today's second story. Hi all. I used to see this sub get referenced, but I never visited it because I never thought I'd find myself needing to. I'm an idiot. But I'm here now. After a 7-year relationship that I thought was rock solid, she cheated on me. We are and we're long distance and about to start our bachelor and bachelorette trip, which many of our friends had committed to. I had been looking forward to this trip for over a year. Unlike a traditional bachelor or bachelorette outing, we simply planned a fun trip where we do everything together with friends. The wedding itself had been difficult to plan out, so up until a few weeks ago we were discussing doing a courthouse wedding right at the start of the trip. In that case, it would essentially be a wedding celebration. I was so excited to finally marry her. Less than a month ago, she started behaving strangely. I ignored it for a bit, but started bugging her a couple of weeks ago. What's this disconnect? What is this detachment? Is there something we should talk about? She's in grad school, and I understood how stressful that is. I wanted to know what was going on and if I could help. Suddenly, she told me she wasn't sure about getting married right away. She mentioned a break. She used to regularly mock the idea of people taking breaks in relationships. This about-face confused the hell out of me. It made me a little suspicious. She then started listing problems with me. Most of them I perceived as relatively minor. Oh, did you cheat? No answer. Just told me she needed to figure herself out. She showed no remorse. She brought up weird rationalization after weird rationalization to explain that I was just as responsible as her. I got some details from her, and she insisted it was just one person. But she returned to him 3 times. It all started last month in May, exactly around the time I noticed her behavior changing. Her plan was to go on our week-and-a-half-long bachelor and bachelorette trip and tell me about the cheating during it. Can you believe that? She said that was her plan. I think it was more likely she was going to hide it, find another excuse to eventually break up with me after the fun trip with our friends, and keep it secret that she cheated. I'm glad I got it out of her when I did, but at this point I think she isn't telling me the whole truth and that she likely cheated in the past. You see, she ended up explaining that she loves being doted on. I already knew that. She flirts with guys that she doesn't even like just to get them to give her attention. She implied that it was inevitable that she would cheat since I hadn't paid attention to her unhappiness. I'll point out that a couple of months ago I decided I was leaving my current job and moving back to her specifically because the distance was hurting us. I had already committed to fixing that situation, and she seemed psyched about it at the time. But she told me that she's a very sexual person and that she probably couldn't be in a monogamous relationship. At the same time, she said she hoped we could come to some compromise and continue with the relationship. Delusional. It's messy. I am upset and trying to get more details and understand why. But her lack of remorse is devastating in a way that I never could have expected. I needed her to acknowledge that she did something wrong, but that admission never came. Now she doesn't want to talk for a bit because she claims she is angry with me and needs to calm down. She thinks she is a victim. I'm going on the trip with my friends. Her and her friends are not. I leave in a few days. Everything about this is heartbreaking, and I'm so lucky I have incredible friends. I don't know what else to say other than I didn't know how damaging this kind of experience was until now. The physiological effects are crazy. I just want it to be over now. Oh, Pete, I hate to say it, but it's pretty clear it's over. You're never going to get the full truth or genuine remorse, and she'll always be the victim. On the bright side, though, you did dodge quite a bullet here. She's a broken person. You shouldn't need other people showering you with attention to make you happy. Her cheating would have been inevitable. No one man could ever give her enough attention. I know it doesn't feel like it right now, but she did you a great favor by cheating before you got married. Now you can see her for who she really is and remove her from your life because she will. Never be remorseful since it's all about her and her need to have others validate her. I wish you the best of luck with healing from this situation. Thanks for taking the time to listen to today's stories. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already done so, and comment below on what your thoughts are on today's stories. If there's a story you would like to share with me about your own situation or someone else's, then please do not hesitate to contact me.